Whew. It's bright sun today. It's gonna be a nice day. It is April 12th. It's like a little bit after 7. And this is my daily commute. I live in Auburn and I work over on the other side of Midland, so I have to drive through Midland. The route we're taking this morning is the shortest, quickest way to get to where I'm going, usually. Unless I get somebody in front of me who doesn't think they need to be driving very fast, which happens quite often. It's like 35 degrees, something like that. It's cold out this morning. The choke on this thing is down on the carburetor, so it seems to want to run a little bit better with the choke on. I'm running a little bit late. Usually I like to leave before 7 or right around 7 and miss a lot of this traffic. I live right across from the high school, so that time of day there's a lot of traffic in that area. And I live right between the in drive and the out drive, so it's only inconvenient at that time. If I leave after 7, it's a lot worse. Wow, is it cold this morning? I'm about 22 miles. And I'm going to be right cold when I get there too. I was cold yesterday. I didn't have my chaps on. It wasn't quite this cold, but there was water on the ground and it rained in the night. This route consists of like 3 parts. It's this part, which is pre-Midland, and then there's Midland, and then there's post-Midland, with some variations. I'm also going to do a commute home. I don't generally take the same route. A lot of times I do in the truck, but on a bike, I want to see something different. So my commute home this afternoon is supposed to get up to 60, 63, something like that. It's going to be a lot warmer, I can tell you that. And it'll be a different route, which is more back country road style. Alright, didn't want to idle down, so I moved the choke down. Yeah, is it cold? I don't think I've ridden in 35 degrees without a fairing in quite some time, if ever. Won't be bad here, won't be bad in Midland, but on the other side of Midland, our speed increases, so it'll be a little chilly. I haven't ridden this bike enough to actually feel the shift points and know when I should be shifting. There's a 2-door Bronco. I really like those. Yeah, the speed limit in that section is 50 and we didn't hit more than 48. Because, I don't know, it drives me nuts. You can't even drive the speed limit. And I got 2 of them not driving the speed limit, so. There's a variation on this route right here. If I take a left, I get on 10, which is an expressway, and the speed limit is 75, and I have about a half a mile that I have to go. This is just beautiful. A half a mile that I have to go, and the exit is right up there. dummy. And it can be a little treacherous getting on the expressway and then merging all the way to the left and getting off the expressway. But the benefit is that that road is, the speed limit is 70 miles an hour, and it runs parallel to this road, and you miss a lot of lights. I'll tell you where it comes out at. There's Costco. So I drive right by Costco every day, and I can get gas very easily if I need to. See, I'm doing 50 and nobody's getting hurt. So that our other route eliminates some lights that I have to stop at. This one coming up, I almost always have to stop at. And there's another one that I almost always have to stop at. So it eliminates at least 2 stops. And there's some in between that just randomly happen. See, it's red, and it might be green by the time I get up there, pretty close. I'm sure you're super interested in hearing my driving strategies. But honestly, I don't think most people think about it. They just drive aimlessly. I'm gonna make a left turn up here, so I'm just gonna get in the left lane and drive it slow for 48 miles. I'm a little cranky in the morning sometimes. And I'm an aggressive driver. Ooh. Yeah. We're still green. We got a turn signal, and then we can go. I don't mind stopping at the lights today. It is stinking cold. All right, we're on the left turn cycle. Yeah, we have rednecks in this part of the country too. We're actually in Midland County, but I'm coming into the actual city part of Midland. This section gets patrolled. So you also, Midland cops are relentless, so you really have to watch your speed on roads and make sure that you're within range of the speed limit. The speed limit is 40. I don't generally drive 45, more than 45 in this area. I see guys blasting by me all the time, and I'm like, you go right ahead, because I've seen more than enough cops in this section. They don't mind pulling you over, and they don't mind writing you a ticket. So we're going to try to avoid that. Yeah, this bike really likes that cold, dense air. It is very cold and very dense this morning. Wow. Well, I guess I'm going to have to at least attempt to stop, because it's going to turn. There ain't nobody coming and turns. That's kind of a silly light. They got all these lights up here because this is a manufacturing area. And honestly, a lot of the traffic patterns have changed in the last 5 years, but they haven't changed any of the lights. They're all the same. Now, these are the ones that I sometimes get stopped at. They're a pain in the butt because there's really no cross traffic. I was hoping to be able to blast into that next one, but as soon as I take off from this one, I can go. I don't always have to stop at these. That road over that overpass right there, if I take that alternate route, I can hop on that road and it comes out right about where I'm going down around the corner. So I avoid all of this nonsense. See, there was no cross traffic. Why'd those lights even come on? I know they're on a timer, but there's just, like, they really need to reevaluate their lights in this area, in this section, because I really think the traffic patterns have really changed a lot. They closed part of that road. This light that I'm coming up to is the other one that I have to stop at. And and it's the one, you can see the roundabout right there where people are coming off of it. That's the bypass where it comes in. Now, if I'd taken that, I wouldn't have had to stop at any lights. I need to be in the left 2 lanes. Wow, that sun behind me is killer. There's a whole series of lights down here, but they're timed very well. Bay City lights are not timed well.
I noticed yesterday that I have something, there's some fuel leaking out of one of the carburetors, and it has a real slow takeoff, so I know I'm going to have to pull them again. Now the speed limit here is 45. If you go faster than 45, then you will come up on this light and it'll still be red. The other thing you got to watch coming up on this light are people stopped at the light, their slow takeoff. And this is a pain in the butt because now I got to get behind somebody. Normally, let's see, roll up, it's green. If I'm in an open lane, I just go. I'm gonna blow by this guy. But I gotta be in one of the left 2 lanes. I don't like being in the far left because if I get behind somebody in that lane, they inevitably turn left. Now, the speed changes here from 45 to 35 around this corner. So you want to try to get, if you want to time the lights, you got to try to hold speed limit through here. So I got to slow down a little bit. So you know, it's still 45, but it drops at 35 right up there. And if you notice, there's nobody in that lane. And that light will change by the time I get up there, as long as I'm holding speed limit. Now, the part in this is Midland. So the part that you got to watch in Midland is all of this cross traffic. There's these little streets that don't have lights on them, and a lot of people just blow through there. You see that white car? Probably wouldn't have seen me, so I keep an eye out on those cross streets, more so than the ones that have lights on them, like that one. And you see how I'm just rolling through here. You got to time it perfectly. It's really not difficult to time it. They really do have this light timed very well. And that last light, I got to make a left. And it'll be green by the time I get up there. And then there's 2 more lights, and then I'm home free. It smells a little bit like weed down through here. Somebody's starting their day off. This is a really tricky curve because sometimes people like to be in your lane. I like to be in the left lane on this one because there's a lot of right turn people up here. I don't think I've ever had to stop at that light. So the speed limit goes from 35 to 55. We're in a divided 2-lane highway, or 4-lane. So generally hold speed 60 miles an hour for the next, I believe it's 7 miles. And it's gonna be a cold one today. We're through Midland, we're on the post-Midland ride. Not a terribly interesting ride. Yeah, my fingers are gonna hurt for a while. There's 2 lights on this road, and quite often you don't have to stop it. The one you can see for a really long way, and it doesn't stay red very long because it'll turn for the cross traffic. Gives about enough time for 2 cars to go out, and then it starts changing back. So even if you just start slowing down on that one, a lot of times you'll have to stop. More fun traffic facts.
good to see gases dropping. Midland usually holds, across Midland, usually holds about the same. Auburn, for some reason, the 3 gas stations there, they're always high. I refuse to buy gas there because there's no reason. Midland, the gas is always cheaper, and Bay City, the gas is always cheaper. So why is that high in Auburn? It's just dumb. We're not going to get into politics this morning. My face hurts. I really should have rode the Harley today. It'd be cold, but it wouldn't be this cold. Wow. See, I'm holding 60 miles an hour, no problem. This bike will hold it. Not an issue at all. It's a nice, steady, smooth bike. Nice, steady, smooth ride. Now, I don't know if you can see it with the sun shining on, but the light up there looks like it's red, so if I just ease off a little bit, by the time I get up there, it'll be green. It's already green, so I didn't even need to ease off. And it'll stay green. It's a long light. If you look to the right, there is a Moto Guzzi V50 sitting there. And I stopped and talked to the guy about it, and he wanted what it's worth if it's running and driving, and it's not running and driving, so I didn't even bother. I got enough projects. I just thought maybe I could talk him out of it for really cheap. Not that I really want a Moto Guzzi, but I've never had a Moto Guzzi. God, I'm cold. Oh gosh. Oh. I got like 3 more miles. Actually, 3 more miles until I turn. See, mid-Michigan, long, boring, straight stretches of road. No character at all in this area. Now, there's a light up here. It looks like it's green. It'll probably be red. I might have to slow down for it. It doesn't. It changes, but it doesn't stay long. It's not quite as short as that last one, but it will change. It's yellow. I don't mind. I'm freezing cold right now. Wow. So. See, this one's 369. It was last one's 365. There's one more gas station before I get to my turn, and that one's usually pretty decent price too. Oh gosh. So I should have gotten the other lane. That guy's in a hurry. This guy don't know where the gas pedal's at. There, he found it. Look at that shadow. What the shadow doesn't tell you is how absolutely cold I am right now. I say my commute used to be like 7-8 miles, which in this temperature ain't bad. Now my commute's, this is 22, 25 miles, something like that. And in this temperature, it is brutal.
says 369 at the BP. Now my Harley was empty the other day, and I was in Freeland and had to fill up on empty, and it was like $18. I was like, oh my gosh. I don't normally let it get as empty as it was, so I put a full tank in it. I don't think I'm going to make it today. I can beat the semi though. There's a nice CJ7 sitting back there. It's clean. Yeah, I'm glad I'm almost there. My fingers are really starting to hurt. This is a pretty busy road for what it is. This is 8 mile. There's a lot of traffic on this road. Since this bike is for sale, I have decided to put a sign on this bike where I park it. Doesn't look like Kalinda. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm here to tell you that was not necessarily a fun ride. This afternoon's ride better be well worth it. God. That was frigid. My fingers. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm going to put a for sale sign on it, but I'm going to wait till my fingers are a little warmer. Well, that's the commute. 22 miles. That's the straightest, shortest route. On the way home, we'll take the longer route.
Well, my camera battery died, so I didn't get a chance to film anything coming home. It's already a lengthy video anyways. Hopefully I didn't bore you with my driving strategies this morning. So that was my second day commuting with this bike. Tonight I filled up, I went 2 days, 107 miles, and I used 2.3 gallons of gas, which makes it, put it right about 46 miles to the gallon. I was really hoping to get over 50 with it. I do have a little bit of gas leaking from somewhere. It's just kind of seeping out of the carburetors or out of a line or something, so I got to address that. So that might be some of it. The other part of it that it might be as far as mileage might be my aggressive riding style. I'm holding 60 miles an hour the whole way, so I'm thinking if I back off 50, 55, if I can do that, I can probably get up to about 50 miles to the gallon, along with fixing the carburetor, whatever's going on with that. So that's what I have for today. I think I am at some point going to do a ride home commute, because today was just absolutely beautiful coming home. It was so much fun. I was laughing. It was just fun, and this little bike just rolled, and it was so happy to be out there running. It just is so smooth, and it just performs so well. So I'm really happy with this bike. I'm really glad that I'm riding it, that I'm giving it the chance to experience that. It is for sale, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to have it. I had a little bit of interest in it, but not a ton. It's still pretty early because this morning was 32. I'm here to tell you, that was the coldest ride I've ever done. That's the coldest I've ever been on a motorcycle. Like I said in the video, I'm usually behind a fairing, and my commute hasn't been that long. So I think if I'd have been on the Harley this morning, I'd have been all right, because there's good wind protection on that, but not on this. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, give me a thumbs up. Follow me on social media, Instagram and Facebook at 650cycle. And until we meet again, ride safe.